Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here for the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series as they present the Thank You KR 250, and drivers are in the final seconds of warm-up to get ready to go racing. I am your host for tonight. My name is KR Stolfus, and I will have in the booth with me the illustrious and ever so whiny Dave Worrell. Dave, how you doing out there tonight?
A little less whiny tonight than I was last week, so we'll wait to see what these guys can do here at Daytona tonight. And KR, they put on a show like last week. Man, I'm telling you, you missed it.
Well, I did miss last week. My apologies to all the fans of OP Racing that I left you in the highly capable hands of Dave. But my father had his 60th birthday, so I was away celebrating that. Dave, I like to give you a hard time, but man, I thought you did an awesome job. Thank you so much for covering for me.
Much appreciated. Anytime. Gonna take advantage of being able to call these races for OP Racing, man. I tell you what, they put on a show each and every week, so it's my pleasure.
Right now, we are watching the one machine of Mark the Boss Vega. He gets that car up on the high side, as we like to see these guys here in OP Racing do. They will hug that wall for their warm-up lap and their first lap on the clock. And we'll have a total of 10 minutes to try and get a qualifying time in. And right now, Mark Vega on his first lap, but we won't see him stray from that high side.
Yeah, have my eyes now on Tristan Walker. He's actually running his first time lap right up next to that wall, just as you were saying. So all these drivers are going to be using that strategy. that's just kind of what you got to do. You got to keep them RPMs wound up as much as you can. Try to get as much speed out of these things as you can, and take the short way around.
Got a lot of new rookies out here this year. One of them is the 63. That is Logan Helton. And Logan on that inside lane right now. That 63 machine for his first lap is good enough for the pole, but he just happened to be the only one to turn a lap time so far. We'll see where that 63 ends up as this qualifying session wears on another one. In the rookie category, that is the 23 of Brian Mansfield. Mansfield gonna dive down to the yellow line here to work on his very fast lap. And Dave, who else are you watching?
I still got my eye on that 12 machine of Tristan Walker. Actually, I actually like that paint scheme. I'm not sure if that's a seafoam green or a straight teal, but I'm kind of digging it.
Well, you keep on that. I'm going to check out some more of these rookies because this is the first time I get to talk about them. Donald Stewart and the 78 machine out on track as well. Donald Stewart out of the Checkered Flag Motorsports stable. Right now he is up along the wall. He is on his first lap, I imagine. Coming around to complete that and going to dive down to the yellow line here, set himself up for his fastest lap possible. And some of these rookies right now, the 53 of Dave Hunt on the pole.
Absolutely, KR. Last week, Dave Hunt was running up there near the front the entire race. And actually, another rookie that you had mentioned, Donald Stewart, he had a great showing last week's race as well. So these rookies are something to be reckoned with this season. I guarantee Mark Mann and all of the rest of the season veterans in the series, Mark Vega, David Overstreet, all of those guys, they're all going to have to deal with this new class coming in.
All right, we are now down to 6 minutes left in qualifying as we watch Randall Cobb in the 52 machine. Cobb right now in 12th place, but he is coming around on his fastest lap. Check in on the 15. That is the boss man himself, Alex Green. Right now, he has posted a 10th place in qualifying. I don't know how long that is going to stand. Alex Green, no stranger about coming through the field, and he will do it in a hurry. Hunter Reynolds in the 26. He's diving down to the inside lane here to start his fast lap time. Currently in 13th spot. Have quite a few drivers who have taken a time, 14 in total. A few other drivers who have yet to roll out. But we are nearing the halfway mark for this qualifying session, so a lot of drivers still to get in and get qualifying. However, this is a super speedway. Starting at the back of the pack isn't necessarily the end of the race. In fact, we will have 2 stages out here tonight. Stage 1 will end on lap 25, stage 2 ending on lap 50, then stage 3 be that all-important lap 100. 50 machine of Sean McCarrick out there running that high lane as well. Hunter Reynolds jumping to the top of the speed chart with a 48.992. He's going to take over the qualifying pole position. Hunter Reynolds does like to sit on the pole. So Dave, tell me a little bit about last week and what exciting stuff I missed. Did anyone flip?
You know, my memory is not that great. As far as I remember, I think we did have we had a few spinners, that's for sure. I think we had a few tumblers as well. But the rookies last week, as I was alluding to earlier, KR, they put on a heck of a showing out there last week. Wonder how the veterans are going to respond to that, as Rick Seabrands, he's out there in his war machine, that familiar blue and white Yeti paint scheme on his car. So these guys are going to have to step up their game a little bit if they're going to want to put these rookies in check. But I mean, we've seen the normal. There was fuel strategy. There was stage strategy. So I'm not sure what they can pull out of the hat here, KR, but as you know as well as I do, they tend to amaze us week in and week out with something new.
Oh yeah, speaking of amazing and new, have you seen the paint job on the 62 of Les Levy? Now, I normally crack one of these for Mark Mann. It's a tradition around here, but new season, new time, new race for me. Les Levy in the 62. This one's for you. Les going across the line. He's going to move from 17th up to 2nd. Heck of a qualifying time for that 62 machine. Anthony English in the 40 out on track now as he is right up along the wall. He is a driver capable of putting his machine on pole position. And so is the 04 Mark Mann as he is out on track now as well. And just a few seconds before we break away for our national anthems, Dave, real quick, one last time, who are you watching?
I was watching Rick Seabrands finish his second time lap, able to jump all the way up to the 6th position. Not quite where he would have liked to finish qualifying, but good start out to the day. Mark Mann crossing the line at 16th. He's on his fast lap now. So Mark Mann going to be squeezing it in just as we get ready to throw it down trackside.
All right, guys. With all that being said, we are going to step away for our national anthem, and we will be back to bring you our starting lineup for tonight's race.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the drivers are starting to take to the grid. That means it is time to go through our starting lineup for the Thank You KR 250. Row number 1 is going to be the 40 of Anthony English and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. Row 2 will be the 62 of Les Levy and the 04 of Mark Mann. Row 3 will be the 53 of Dave Hunt and the 12 of Tristan Walker. Row 4, the 63 of Logan Helton and Rick Seabrands in the 4 machine. Starting in row number 5 will be the 78 of Donald Stewart On his outside, the 10 machine of Robert Duvendak.
Row number 6 tonight, the 8 of Cody Ober, the 95 of James Mayer. Row number 7, Mark the Boss Vega and his 1 machine, that Toyota Camry. His outside, Brian Mansfield, a rookie in that 23 machine. Row number 8, the 44 of Rodney Cobb, 7 of Josh Milam. Row number 9 tonight, Alex Green in the 15 and Randall Cobb, the 52. Row number 10, the 77 of David Booth and the 24 of Will Weber.
Row number 11 will be the 50 of Sean McCarrick. On his outside, the 14 of Cody Eldred, who is going to miss the start. No big deal for Cody. Got his work cut out for him for stage 1, though. Row 12, the 84 of Aspen Belvin and the 51 of Travis Elliott. Row 13, the 11 machine of Chase Berry, and on his outside, the 02 of David Overstreet. Row 14 will be Dan Harrington in the 82 and Rob Connors in the 00. And that's our starting lineup. Yeah, we got through that, Dave. We are on a roll. So Anthony English in control of the field, working his way down the backstretch. 26 machine of Hunter Reynolds on his outside for this restart. Wow, and I screwed it up. You know what? Oh, it's done. We're done. Stick a fork in it.
Shut the water off.
Oh well. We were doing good. Now it's time to move on. 100 laps the scheduled distance here at Daytona. Race number 2 of the season. Lights have already broken on the Ford Mustang. It's all right. We didn't come here to watch the Mustang. We came out here to watch some of the best super speedway drivers get after it as the green flag flies and Anthony English, Hunter Reynolds get on the throttle for the first time here tonight. They are going to drag race down into turn number 1. The field. Oh, already we got one heading down to the inside. That is the 53 machine of David Hunt. And Hunt going to sort it out. Heavy damage on the back end of that thing. No yellow. We stay green. And we have a 5-car breakaway now down the backstretch, Dave.
And Rick Seabrands in the 4 machine was actually caught up in a little bit of that as well. Has fallen well off pace, still out in front of Dave Hunt, though. Rest of the field still underway. Mark Mann up into second place, right there on Hunter Reynolds' bumper. Anthony English trailing in third, side by side. Christian Walker and Les Levy, as they hit the line for the first time tonight, put a lap in the books for Hunter Reynolds.
The Hunter going to come around and lead the opening lap. 26 machine in the front of the 04 Mark Mann. And don't worry, Mark, still got another one to crack open for you. It's just going to be a little bit later in the broadcast. Might do it at the start of a stage here. You never know. Might do it a couple of times.
I'm banking on 6.
Give or take a few. No, this is the Thank You KR250. I might just let it all hang out.
As long as you don't get any in your mouth like you're probably gonna do out there on the front end of that 62 machine. Drivers are gonna be scared when they see that big old face of yours in their rear view mirror just inches away from their bumpers.
Les Levy is sporting my handsome mug on the hood of his car. Hopefully he gobbles up a lot of rear ends tonight. Gonna start working here with the 04 of Mark Mann right now. Mark moving up to the high side, gonna try and use some of the momentum that Levy had on the outside lane. In practice, when I got to talk to these drivers, they all said that high side was really fast here tonight. So I expect we'll see a lot of action, a lot of 2-wide racing all night long.
once again, just like last week, KR, these drivers not scared to keep it double file, even 3 wide early in the race last week. I wonder if these drivers are going to be a little apprehensive to go 3 wide here tonight early in the race, but these guys still mixing it up. That outside lane losing a little bit of momentum. Gonna have to get grouped back together if they want to get up there and battle for those top 3 spots inside lane. Now clearing out Anthony English to the outside. And that outside lane, a little bit of a run as they hit the line one more time.
So far, Hunter Reynolds has been our only leader at the start-finish line. He has led all 4 completed laps, 96 laps to go in this event. We already got another one sideways. That is the 44 of Rodney Cobb. He has gone up and into the wall, and this one is going to bring out the yellow. The Rodney Cobb, the rookie, getting into trouble here early. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay. See what happened to the 44 as he was entering turn number 1. He had the 77 machine of David Booth right behind him. And it looked like just not a good pairing up of front bumper to back bumper. And that 44 has gone around in the white and pink Baskin-Robbins machine.
It looks like some pretty hard damage there to that left rear just behind the tire. Bumper caved in just a little bit as well. Not quite sure it's going to be repair worthy at this point in time this early in the race, but need to get behind the 8 ball early, long night still ahead.
Do want to give a shout out to everyone checking in on YouTube chat. Thank you so much. This Mara Clark, Chase Berry, as always, cheering for himself, and our Robert Duvendak rooting for his team, Alliance Motorsports. Feel like it's been forever since I got to talk about OP racing. What has been going on?
Off season, silly season. We all hate it. We all know it comes, but just don't like to wait for it.
I think it was worth the wait. You guys always put on a good show. I don't know. I'm excited to be out here. I don't know what to talk about. I'm barely able to contain my excitement. Hunter Reynolds is going to bring down a few drivers onto pit road. Tristan Walker coming down. And now a whole lot more are breaking away for pit lane. Anthony English in the 40 is going to stay out. He's going to pick up his first lap lead of the night. So far, I do believe only 2 drivers have decided to stay out. That is Rick Seabrands and Anthony English. Duvendak also staying out. Dave Hunt in the 53, who is going to get one of his 2 laps back. So he finds himself 1 lap down now. I do want to point out that the 14 of Cody Eldred is our race control for tonight. I am so rusty, I forgot that he was the one that did race control.
Yeah, a little new spin this season. Cody Eldred up there in race control for OP Racing. I believe last year it was, correct me if I'm wrong here, KR, but I believe that Mark Vega handled a lot of that last year.
It was split between Will Weber and Mark Vega. And yeah, Mark Vega, longtime admin on Monday nights, going to have the opportunity to get out there and go racing. As we talk about the boss, Mark Vega, right now he is running in 17th spot in that green and yellow subway machine. And I do want to point out, for some reason, I have messed with my graphics settings because I thought it was a good idea. Some of the stuff isn't looking as sharp as I would like. Some of our longtime OP Racing watchers will see things don't look quite as clear, crisp, cool as I would like. Get that fixed by next week. Cars aren't rendering in the cockpit. Kind of ugly. I blame Dave.
Yeah, when all else fails, blame the help
Yes.
or the butler. Well, I guess that's still the help, ain't it?
Still the help.
Yeah, don't listen to me.
Anthony English, Robert Duvendak, Rick Sebrand's going to restart 1, 2, and 3. They did not come down pit road. Rick Sebrand's, who did have to get on the brakes pretty hard in that first incident that involved the 53 of Dave Hunt, taking full advantage of this to reclaim some track position. While we have a moment, we can go over our point standings. This is race number 2. Duvendak, our winner last week, opening up a 4-point lead over Logan Helton. Mark Mann sitting in 3rd, Anthony English 4th. Rounding out your top 5 is Brian Mansfield. A lot of these drivers all capable of winning races, so our point standings are continually going to change all season long. OP Racing is known for not having repeat winners throughout the season. Very hard to do here in the OP. That just goes to show you that anyone could win these races.
It didn't last year, if I'm not mistaken, and I know the thought just came to me, that's why it just comes out of my mouth like that sometimes, but if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Robert Duvendak on the verge of winning 2 or 3? Had just something happen to him very late in the race. But was that Duvendak? I believe it was, wasn't it?
Yep, it was Duvendak. First time he ran out of fuel, second time was involved in an incident, and those two crashes came as he was trying to win a spot into the chase. Ended up not being a chase contender, but then in that very opening round went and won the first 2 races.
That is right. That is right. So, I mean, you got a driver capable right there up at the front starting outside row number 1. So, look for Duvendak to try to get up there and maintain the front. I did see some drivers trying to throw some blocks last week. Maybe not blocks, but just trying to utilize the momentum of both lanes as much as possible. Looks like Duvendak may be out there shutting the car off, trying to save as much gas, maybe stretch this thing to the end of stage 1. But we'll have to wait to see if he's got enough in the tank. I'm not quite so sure myself, KR, but we'll find out.
It would be a stretch to make it. Probably need help from another caution, but all we can do is wait and see, right? So here we go. First restart of the night. Our first caution being drawn to a close. The 40 of Anthony English gets on the throttle as the green flag flies once again. Rick Sebrand's in the 4. He's going to stay right to that back bumper of the 40 machine. The 40 and the 4 going to work with the 12 here and get that inside lane chugging along pretty quick. That 10 of Duvendak and the 26 of Hunter Reynolds on that outside lane. They're trying to make up a little bit of lost ground, but we see this time and time again. That outside lane really builds up their full head of steam down the backstretch.
Lap in and lap out, restart after restart, we do see it, and there you see that outside lane pulling even now, inching just ahead. On that outside is the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Anthony English still hugging that yellow line, side by side racing all the way back through the entire pack. And these drivers not wasting any time trying to make their way back up through the field. I'm not sure who they gave that to. Scoring has it going to, I believe, Anthony English that time by. And it had to be millimeters on who they gave that one to.
Anthony English starting to inch out a little bit now, coming off of turn number 2. Duvendak with the momentum down the backstretch, clawing back the space he lost. Got the 26 still locked to his back bumper. That is FSR driver Hunter Reynolds with his teammate, the 7 of Josh Milam right there. FSR sporting some new teammates here this season. Both Chase Berry and Will Weber, part of the Fuel Sim Racing stable this season. We'll see how much those two additions will add to what could be considered an OP powerhouse, as most of the time an FSR driver is finishing in the top 5.
Something else I didn't know if you had seen quite yet, but Batman himself, he is no longer Batman. Mark Man has turned into Dirty Harry this season. Have you checked that out?
I did see his paint scheme, and I was wondering if there is a story behind it. Maybe one of the astute YouTube viewers can fill us in, let us know what's going on. I believe Mara Clark likes to root for the 04 Mark Man. Mara, we're going to put you on the spot. You got any insight as to why the 04 is sporting a new paint scheme? Fill us in, because we're just simpletons up here. I read a dictionary once, but I got to the first letter and thought it was too hard.
I don't know who Tim is, but my name's Dave.
You're fine, Tim.
I mean, you did say simple Tims, right?
No, tons. Simpletons. T-O-N.
See, hearing is one of those things I don't do so well either.
You'll be fine. It's all right. We're just here to talk racing, have a good time at it. Drivers all running nose to tail here. A little bit of a wiggle there from the 7 and the 04. Cars looking like maybe they are starting to get a touch unstable going into the corners here as this race progresses. Ooh, Rick Seabrands again finding trouble, and he's going to go around. The 4 machine keeps it off the wall. And the 4 once again finds himself trying to dig out of a hole.
Big wreck coming out of 4KR. Ooh, that caught up a lot of drivers there.
Several drivers going around here. The 52, the 51, the 8, all getting a piece of that. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay and see what happened up front. Trouble finding our leaders. We go on aboard with Cody Ober in the 8. Gonna have to take another look at this one. So many cars involved in this. The 23, the 26. Believe it starts with the 26 at the front. Hunter Reynolds trying to make a move down to the inside. Got loose. I believe he had a little bit of help from his teammate in the 7. And that is where it is going to stack this field up. And so now several drivers are going to have to use their fast repair, get back into this one.
And something I'm noticing very early here at Daytona tonight is even with same manufacturers, these cars just once they get a few laps in on their tires, they're not really liking the bumping and touching and pushing. They're getting a little unsettled in the rear of the car, and I think that is catching a few of these drivers out here.
Duvendak again staying out, not coming down pit road. He is going to hold on to the race lead. Several other drivers also staying out along with Duvendak this time. But many drivers have hit pit road to be serviced, as this one has caught up. About 10 cars, it looks like, have all been on pit road to be serviced by their crews.
Yeah, I just happened to look over after watching Rick Seaburns try to keep that thing out of the wall, and when I looked over to turn 3 and 4, just started to see smoke. Wasn't quite sure who was involved, and then noticed Hunter Reynolds was a little bit slow, so thought he may be involved in it. But it looks like our top 8 have stayed out. So I mean, that's a lot of cars behind them, as Hunter Reynolds is the first one lined up behind Will Weber. He was caught in that last incident, so a lot of these drivers from 8th on back are either caught up in the first incident, caught up in this second one.
Hunter Reynolds having 2 shout-outs from YouTube chat. Let's see if Hunter can get back into this thing. Talented driver here on the super speedway circuit. Been to victory lane a few times. I think the 26th, more than capable, especially with the help of these 2 stages, getting back to the front of this field. The Duvendak continuing to log laps led. So far he has led the most laps at 7. Josh Milam right behind him in second, and Les Levy going to round out your top 3 for the moment. Well, Dave, 2 cautions here in stage number 1. Race number 2. 2 stages going to be making up half of this race. A lot of 2s involved right now.
Yeah, it's the triple 2, basically. 2 stages, halfway through the race. Gonna double that to the finish of it. How many stops are you gonna need in that last segment? Probably 2, if we stay green. We have been known to get green flag pit stops in. Not quite so sure if we've had the final segment, the final stage, go green the entire way, so maybe that might be the twist we get tonight. Not sure if we've had 2 cautions in the first stage in quite a while either, so no, it may not be a good one to throw out there, but they did that one tonight.
Have a few more drivers coming down a pit road to top off their tanks. Rick Seabrand's one of those drivers. Rick probably feeling pretty lucky there that he was not caught up in that one. I'd say that was a fortuitous spin for the 4 down the backstretch.
For what and who's it?
Fortuitous. Very fortunate. It's a big word, Dave. Sorry, I forgot.
Ah, that was that word in Tombstone that girl used. That's what got Wyatt Earp in trouble.
Yeah, that girl would get anyone in trouble.
Indeed.
Josephine. All right, field forming up. We get ready to go green flag racing. Stage 1 is winding down. Working lap 18 of 100. Stage 1 going to end on lap 25. This caution is going to help the 10 of Duvendak. He is the only driver who has not been down pit road. Let's see if he's going to stretch that fuel all the way to the end of this stage.
That's an awful lot of laps.
The 2 cautions really are going to help the 10. But the overall, Duvendak on a hot streak right now, winning the opening race. And the caution light is going to come on once again, as the field at the back was not quite formed up. We're going to take one more time around.
That KR is gonna play into the hands of your race leader Robert Duvendak even more. Gets to save a little bit more fuel under caution here for this extra pace lap, the extended lap at it, to sort out the rear of the field. But I don't know. I'm kind of worried that you're going to stick your nose up there where it doesn't belong and possibly come away with the stage win on the front end of that 62 machine.
Les is a crafty driver, very capable of winning a race, a stage, any one of these things, and my ugly mug on the front. Probably, I'll tell you what, he is probably sick of looking at it. He's probably going to try and end this race as fast as possible. That means he's going to try and win it.
Well, one of the last times we did see your face on or in one of these cars, drivers had to look at you from victory lane, so drivers might not like the sight of you behind them.
Yeah, it's scary. It's scary. I put the fear in people, not because I'm talented, but because they know the crash is just looking for a place to land. All right, pace car getting ready to pull off. We're going to try this again. Drivers waiting for their chance to get back underway. Pace car down and away, and green flag is out. Duvendak on the throttle with the 7 of Milam on his outside. Up through the gearbox cleanly, everyone through the tri-oval and heading off into turn number 1. Side by side, that inside lane forming up a little quicker than the outside lane as Mark Vega in the 1 going to try and push the 7 down the backstretch. He's got to get to his back bumper before he can really start pushing hard on him.
Just behind him, the 02 of David Overstreet coming to the aid of that outside lane. Will Weber in the 24 right there as well. Then you have a slew of rookies, 3 of them rounding out your top 10. Logan Helton in the 63, hovering right around that 7th and 8th position. Josh Milam now getting a good push from Mark Vega, gonna cross the line first that time by. Look to drop to the bottom. I did stay up to the top. Now that inside lane with Robert Duvendak leading it, going back towards the front. Big move, big gain there for Duvendak through the corner of 1 and 2. I believe they're going to lose a little bit of that momentum as Les Levy's giving him a push now halfway down the backstretch.
Travis Elliott in the 51 trying to make it 3 wide off of turn number 2. Got into the wall a little bit, scrubbed off some speed. But Elliott going to slot in right now. He's sitting in 12th place in the outside lane. The 10 of Duvendak and the 7 of Milam continuing to battle for that top spot. Now Josh Milam in the 7 machine going to drop down in front and take over the race lead as we are now on lap 22 of 100. Stage 1 drawing to a close here. And these drivers all know each point is important. This stage win going to be, it's going to be a tight battle. That's all I can say. Duvendak has now switched positions with the 7 of Milam. Duvendak wanting to be on the outside. He's going to try and be the big spoon now. Milam the little spoon. They work their way off at turn number 4. Duvendak nosing out for the moment, but at the line, Duvendak going to hold on to it. Mark Vega in the 1 right behind him. Vega trying to push as we're going to have 2 more laps to go in this stage.
That Toyota Camry of Mark Vega wiggling big time in that dirty air, just behind, inches away from Duvendak's bumper. And if I'm that 10 driver, I'm going to stay in that high lane until I at least get my help, the 1 of Vega, cleared before I decide to move down to the bottom, just to kind of guard and give myself a little bit of a buffer from the 7 trying to do the switch as well. We'll see that time and time again here tonight. Driver on the outside lane will be cleared, drop down. Guy running on the inside lane gets himself cleared and jumps right out to lead that outside lane. Side by side at the line to start lap 24. Big win right around the corner.
Final lap in stage number 1. Josh Milam has the spot everyone wants. Duvendak in the outside lane trying to wrestle it away from him. Again, the 51 of Elliott to the high side. He's trying to make something happen, but doesn't have anyone going with him just yet. And as I say that, the 95 of James Mayer trying to get to his back bumper. But that inside lane prevailing for the moment. Josh Milam clearing the 10. Is he going to make his car wide here off of turn number 2? Not able to get it done, but they are getting ready to come to the line. And Josh Milam in the 7. Gonna pick up stage win number 1 as they are crashing behind them. That is the 15 of Alex Green. He is going to go for a ride. Travis Elliott involved in it as well. But Alex Green, heavy impact into the wall as they came around to complete stage 1. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay real quick. See where this goes wrong for Alex. The 95 of Mayer shot down to the inside wall. I believe the 95 was able to ride it before making contact with the inside wall. Good save by the 95. So Dave, didn't mean to cut you off, but go ahead. The mic is yours.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, and that's tough to see that 15 in trouble early in the race. Started out last week not having the greatest race either. So Alex Green was looking forward to having a good, solid run out there tonight. Unfortunately, I think he's going to have to use one of them fast repairs.
We do have 2 cars out of the race here tonight in 26th spot. That will be the 12 of Trishan Walker, and in 27th, the 53 of Dave Hunt. The 2 drivers dropping out in stage 1 here, but Josh Milam picking up the win of stage 1. Duvendak coming home in second for this stage. Les Levy rounding out your top 3. So pit stops all around. 7 of Josh Milam leading the charge on the pit lane. Got a lot of room between him and Duvendak. Into the pit stall. And a 4-tire stop, I believe, for all of our drivers.
Well, KR, one thing I learned now, and we were pretty skeptical. Robert Duvendak stayed out that entire stage. So it is possible, if you get the right amount of cautions, if they fall at the right time, that you're going to be able to stay out for an entire stage. So I wonder if any of the crew chiefs are writing that down, putting it in the book, keeping it in the back of their heads, to possibly maybe pull that strategy. Could we get 2 cautions at any given time in any other race in one of these stages? That's a big Hail Mary in your back pocket if you need it.
All right, let's take a moment now and talk to our stage 1 winner. That is the pilot of the 7 machine, Josh Milam. Josh, you got your ears on, bud?
All here, man. What's going on?
Oh, you know, just up in the booth talking about some racing, watching this 7 machine win stage number 1. Tell us a little bit about that race leading to stage 1.
Oh, man. Well, I just come out here. This is my first race back in about 2 months now, so I just coming out here to put some laps in and mount myself up front. I got the win on that stage.
Well, it was a solid battle between you and the 10 of Duvendak. We saw Duvendak stay out and not come down pit road. Was that kind of a surprise by the rest of this field to see a driver go that opening stage?
You talking about earlier in the race?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We knew he was trying to save there, and I think we got that second caution, and I helped him out a bunch. Come out there, and we battled hard there for the win. he cleared me one time, and luckily he decided not to take the lead. So I think that hurt him, and I ended up getting that from him. But a hard battle there with Robert. Props to him for getting the second place finish.
All right, Josh, Fuel Sim Racing picking up the stage win here for stage 1. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
You guys in the booth, the guys here racing with me, all the OP crew, everybody watching, thank you guys for watching us tonight, and all my teammates here at FSR.
Stage 1 winner from the Fuel Sim Racing stable, that is Josh Milam. We got 2 more of these stages to go. Well, one of them's the end of the race, but technically still a stage.
Absolutely. The final stage. Not the final countdown. Don't get it twisted.
It's not the final countdown?
Not the final countdown.
Oh, they lied to me. Got a few fans checking in for Logan Helton. Logan right now in the 63 machine, sitting in 3rd spot. He is the highest running rookie out there right now. We will check in often on our rookies, and that 63 for the moment has got that top spot as far as rookie contenders go. Next running rookie, that is the 00 of Rob Connors. Finds himself all the way down in 9th place. Randall Cobb right behind him in the 52. So rookie heavy field here for OP Racing. I do believe this rookie field is going to be one to keep an eye on, as already we are seeing, like I said, Logan Helton with, I believe one of the drivers came down pit road. Dubendak has come down pit road along with, just saw him. Now I'm losing my mind. The 77 of David Booth. So that will put Helton on the front row outside for this restart, right along the 62 of Les Levy. Checkered Flag Motorsports and a restart on the front row here. The 02 of David Overstreet going to be our 3rd driver from Checkered Flag Motorsports. So DFR really represented well right now for this restart.
And the rookies, they've got a task on their hands tonight. These drivers being held towards the rear of the top 10. Donald Stewart and Rodney Cobb, they are mired back in traffic, 21st and 22nd. We'll have to keep an eye, see if they can come up through the field on this restart.
Pace car peeling off. We're getting ready to go green flag racing once again. Les Levy in the 62, Logan Helton in the 63. Green flag flying, and away we go as the 62 and 63 cross the line wide open, trying to get through the gearbox.
Up the speed and leading that inside lane, the 63 of Logan Helton, rookie. Back up there towards the front, was up there last week as well. Josh Milam trying to make that outside lane work. Mark Vega coming to his aid now. Cody over in that 8 machine. Just a few car lengths and closing fast on Mark Vega. Your top 8 all side by side, single file. We're about 3 or 4 cars behind that. Milam to the point now. He drops down to the bottom just in front of that 63 machine.
Josh Milam in the 7 machine, looking like a man intent on winning every stage. Back to the front goes the 7, and now he is going to have the 1 of Mark Vega on his outside. Mark Vega working with his teammate, the 8 of Cody Ober. That is DI wannabes. And now Mark Vega dropping down to the inside. He's going to take over the top spot as your race leader. Has not led a lap yet. Going to try and get to the start-finish line first, so he can pick up a bonus point for leading a lap. Logan Helton, the 3rd car on the inside lane, and Rob Connors making some moves already up into the top 5. He is the 2nd car in the outside lane. So Connors, a rookie, showing a very solid run to the front here.
Take a look just a few cars behind your leader, and you'll see your good buddy Chase Swery making it 3 wide back there with the 0-2 of David Overstreet and Randall Cobb. Now that's gonna fizzle on out. He's gonna drop right down behind that 52, looking back to the outside now, staying with him as he heads back into turn 3. Mark Vegas still leading the race. And it looks like Chase Swery might have a little bit of an ill-handling car at this moment. He wiggled around a little bit there, getting towards turn 3.
I think that's just driver. I don't know if he has ever seen a straight line before in his life. I say that in jest, Chase. Don't be mad at me, kid. Mark Vega in the 1 has led for 2 laps now. The 7 of Josh Milam tucked in behind him along with Cody Ober. We are seeing the 11 and the 26 start to make their way forward using that 3rd lane. That is going to put the 00 and the 40 in the middle as we almost have contact going into turn 3. That outside lane gets pretty tight on corner entry here. Everyone sorts it out. We stay green. And we're going to have a 3-wide battle to the trial with the 40 of Anthony English really close to the back bumper of the 1 of Mark Vega. And the 00 of Rob Connors going to pick up his first lap lead of the race using that middle lane.
My goodness, I don't know if you could fit a piece of paper in between the wall and the right side of that 11 and 26. I mean, they were absolutely wall riding through turns 1 and 2 there. A little bit the surprise to see that 26 of Hunter Reynolds up there mixing it up 3 wide now for the 3rd position. Inside lane gaining a little bit of momentum. Mark Vega coming back to battle for the front now. 3 wide, 2 rows deep.
Ooh, contact with Mark Vega. More contact as Les Levy got into the wall with David Booth in the 77, giving him a bump. They almost get together going into turn 3. Those drivers all had to check up. That is going to leave our front pack with a clean breakaway here. Mark Vega, Les Levy get it sorted. Now this pack has got to start working together to make up lost ground.
Yes, definitely splitting up the field from 8th on back. Now, right about the 2nd mark behind. Oh, and Anthony English goes for a spin on the front stretch going towards pit road. I believe he's going to be able to straighten that thing out and keep it going, but yet another car going around here tonight.
Anthony English almost had it stopped before getting up on the track. He is going to make contact with Alex Green, and I believe another driver got a piece of that as well. Go to our turn 3 instant replay high atop on our blimp. The 40 is going to go for a spin. He has it locked down, but that grass is not slowing him down enough. And Alex Green hard on the brakes, trying to avoid getting into him. That is another heavy impact for the 15. See the 40 spinning up ahead. And Alex hard on the brake just locked it down. So the 15 finding trouble again. The 40 of Anthony English. Heavy contact on that back bumper, but the field has slowed. And now it is time to see who is going to come down pit road once again.
And Cody, over there in the race control booth, you are absolutely right. Sun will be setting here pretty soon. Track will cool. Tempers, not quite so sure if they're going to cool down with the track or not. We're going to be waiting in anticipation to find out, because I'm sure the excitement is not going to calm down from here on out.
Drivers getting ready to come down pit road. How many will we see hit their pit crews up for some service? The 7 machine looking like he is going to make the break for pit lane. And he is headed that way. The top 3 are going to come down to pit road. 00 into his pit stall, and the 7 will make his way into his. So the 52 of Randall Cobb is going to stay out. Logan Helton in the 63 staying out as well. With that being said, guys, we're going to step away, take a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got him 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the field is working their way towards the completion of our 3rd caution for an incident tonight, 4th caution in total. Lights go out on the pace car. Randall Cobb, your race leader. Logan Helton going to restart on his outside. Row number 1 going to be made up of the 1 of Mark Vega and the 95 of James Bayer. We did pose the question earlier to YouTube chat. Bismara has chimed in. Official word from the Mark Man camp. Clint Eastwood is a legend. Enough said.
Absolutely.
Why didn't we come up with that?
You know I'm slow.
Yeah. Low on the track too.
Easy.
All right. It is tradition. I would be remiss if I didn't do it. But Mark Mann in the 04, sporting a new paint job for the season. This one's for you. Got to crack 2 beers tonight. I'm feeling special.
Well, we can up the ante and you can go ahead and have mine.
All right, I'll get one for you. The 52 and the 63 gonna be restarting on the front row here. We'll see what some rookies can do, as that is what is on the front row right now. Mark Vega and James Mayer, row number 2. Row 3, Rick Seabrands in the 4 and the 10 of Robert Duvendak. Pace car getting ready to drop off to pit lane. And the green flag is gonna come out, and we go racing once again. This time the 52 looked like he didn't get as great of a start as he needed. That is gonna give the lead to Logan Helton, with James Mayer in the 95 already on the back bumper. They have cleared the 52. Here comes the 10 of Robert Duvendak. So Cobb, really late to the throttle there, is gonna cost him a few spots on the track, but he is quickly closing to the back bumper of the 95.
Helton picking up right where he left off, led some laps last week, leading towards the end of stage number 2 here. Only about 8 laps left to go before the end of stage number 2, but Robert Duvendak gonna have something to say about that. Chase Swery to the outside, 3 wide, Duvendak to the middle. Josh Milan out there with that 11. Will Weber in the 24 also right there. Mark Vega on the inside lane, just behind the 52, gonna keep that 10 trapped in that middle all alone, and that is going to pay dividends for your race leader, 63 of Logan Helton.
Logan with the lead down the backstretch, but Chase Berry in the 11 machine trying to wrestle it away from him all the way up to the wall. Now he's going to drop down in that middle lane, as he has the 7 of Josh Milam working with him, and now the 10 of Duvendak going to get to the back bumper of Milam, and the 11's going to go around. He's going to collect Hilton, and they're going to make hard contact. The 63 going up and over. Duvendak is in it. The 52 of Cobb is caught up into it as well. Logan Helton in the 63 going to get straightened out and get rolling. Cody Ober involved. John McCarrick in the 50 getting a piece of it, and Chase Berry in the 11 finding his transmission stuck in reverse. He is still trying to figure out how he's going to turn that thing around. We got one smoking in the back as well. Let's go to our turn 3 instant replay once again. Heavy contact between the 11, the 63. James Mayer in the 95 going off towards the inside wall. So big kerfuffle coming off of turn number 4. Field slowing once again. This is our 5th caution of the night. We have had 18 lead changes among 9 different drivers. So far, Robert Duvendak has led the most laps at 11 laps. And this race has been one about getting your race car torn up. A lot of drivers on pit road trying to hammer out the damage they have received. The 26, the 62, Alex Green in the 15 looks like he's had to finally use his fast repair. He's gotten out on to the racetrack. Les Levy still being worked on. 63, Logan Helton. Looks like Logan has had to use a fast repair and take the flatbed back to his pit stall. The one driver who has weathered it all and now finds himself out front, that is the one of Mark Vega.
Attrition gonna be the word you hear all up and down pit road. Because even sitting in first, that one machine of Mark Vega does have some slight damage to the right front of his Subway Eat Fresh Toyota Camry. And I believe Rick Sebrands, he's been caught up in some incidents as well. Not sure if he's actually taken any damage. I did see him keep it off the inside wall with one of those spins that he found himself on. Cody Ober in the 8 also right there has been around some things. I believe he may have been lucky to get through them. So just maintaining a clean race car seems to be the challenge out there on track so far here tonight.
Do want to point out that we have had a few more drivers going behind the wall. Looks like Rodney Cobb in the 44 is going to call it a night. He will be scored in 24th spot. 25th spot going to the 82 of Dan Harrington. The 2 more drivers being added to out of the race. Travis Elliott in the 51 suffered a lot of damage in a previous incident. He does find himself 2 laps down. He is back out on track after spending almost 4 minutes on pit road. Oh my, what a race.
Caught up in some stuff, KR, but looking at timing and scoring, Alex Green in the 15 machine, he's sitting in 10th. Somehow, some way, caught up with 2 separate incidents and still finding a way to be inside the top 10.
Alex has used his fast repair, gotten back the nice and pristine shape of his machine. We'll see if he can, I don't want to say take better care of his car this time, but maybe not wad it up. That 15 looking to regain some lost ground off of the opening race. He did not have the start to the season he would have liked to have had. So the 15 going to restart in the outside lane here as the field starts to form up with the lights going out on the pace car. Rick Sebrands in the 4 going to restart on the outside, but Mark Vega in the 1, your race leader, using the inside lane for this one.
Whew, man, oh man, KR. It's going to be a barn burner to the end.
You know, I'd like to say everyone wants to win this very prestigious race of the Thank You KR 250, but I don't think that I want them to win it so bad that they're crashing like this. I hate seeing some torn up race cars, but I do like seeing drivers who don't quit, who continue on despite damage. We're gonna look and see who's gonna be able to get back out there regardless and try and finish this thing.
Well, in honor of you, look at that 77 running right there in 6th. So maybe he'll put that 77 machine up to the lead here. Pace car's getting ready to duck off yet one more time. There it finally makes that left-hand turn, gets its slow butt out of the way. We're back, green flag racing. Once again here from Daytona International Super Speedway, Mark Vega down leading the inside lane. Rick Sebrands just to his outside. 00 rookie Rob Connors right there trying to get to that rear bumper of Seabrands and push him to the front. Meanwhile, Cody Ober in that tag team right there, gaining some ground on the inside lane. Now the double O drops to the bottom halfway down the backstretch.
Vega in the 1, Ober in the 8 with the 00 of Connors right behind them. They are going to clear the 4 of Rick Seabrands, the 77 of David Booth, trying to get to the back bumper of the 4, start to build some momentum for that outside lane. Right now, Mark Vega uncontested with the lead at the start-finish line. We're looking at 2 more laps to go here in stage number 2.
2 laps is more than enough time to get back up there and battle for this stage win. Every position does matter with the stage points. Now some ground beginning to be made by that outside lane. Rick Seabrands with a great shove down the back stretch from that 77 of David Booth. And Seabrands gonna nose out the 1 of Mark Vega through 3 and 4. Can he keep that momentum back to the line? Now completely clear. Will he drop to the bottom or stay to the outside? Like he's gonna stay there, lead that lap. Will Booth continue to push and try to make his way to the line to steal the stage win? Will he just stick it out behind Seabrands?
Final time around for stage number 2. Rick Seabrands in the 4 on the high side. He's got the 77 of David Booth. They are trying to work together to find a way to win this stage, but Mark Vega in the 1 has his teammate, the 8 of Cody Ober, behind him, and Rick Seabrands staying to the high side. He is not going to try and block the 1, and they are going to drag race off of turn number 4 to the start-finish line. Who's it gonna be this time for stage number 2? And at the line, it is Rick Seabrands in the 4.
Little bit of contact after crossing the line with Vega and Seabrands. And it looks like we're still green flag racing here, KR. Maybe they switched it to the completion of lap 50. Not quite sure, but these drivers not slowing down, not giving 1 inch.
All right, so maybe it is the completion, so we'll do it again. Now the 1 has the advantage going into turn 3. Rick Seabrands in the 4, starting to drop back a little bit. David Booth in the 77, not to his back bumper. That 8 tucked in very tightly behind the 1 of Mark Vega. And at the line, this time it is going to be the 1 of Mark Vega. And now the caution flag is going to fly. So the completion of lap 50 is going to see the 1 of Mark Vega winning stage number 2.
And you know, KR, not to start any controversy here, I know we're early in season number, I believe it is 4 over here for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series, but I believe switching from last year, the start of lap 50 to the completion, may have caught a few of them drivers in that outside lane a little off guard. Maybe it slipped their minds. They gave up a little bit of ground, and Mark Vega was able to capitalize and walk away winning stage number 2.
Solid run by Mark Vega throughout the entire opening 2 stages, and he is rewarded with a stage 2 win. The pace car now finally makes its way out. Mark Vega going to start bringing that to a close, or to a stop, as the 1 overshoots the pace car. So, caution flag coming out for the end of stage 2. And now drivers will have what could be considered a 50-lap sprint to the end of this thing. I'd say come down pit road, get 4 tires, get as much fuel as you can, and then just be ready to go 50 laps of elbows up racing. Next Monday night will be the 3rd annual Bumpy Road 250. Actually, that's going to be the 4th annual, going to be honest. It'd be the 4th annual Bumpy Road 250, taking place right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is next Monday night as the drivers tackle 100 laps at the 2007 Daytona track, called the Bumpy Road because, well, that is a very bumpy track. We'll see these cars working their way through the corners, bouncing up and down. And it does make the drivers grip the wheel a little bit tighter.
I almost liken the old surface to driving a boat. When you're down there on that inside lane, it's just up and down, bouncing hard off of the shocks and packers. It is I despise that inside lane, to be honest with you, KR, on the old surface. So look to see the middle and high lane utilized a little bit more next week, but rest assured you're going to see the middle and high lane used here tonight as we click off the laps, already over halfway done. So look for drivers to start positioning themselves for possible green flag pit stops. Then the end of this race, you got to be right there to pounce. So not gonna allow yourself to lose too much ground.
All right, let's see if we can't get a quick word in with our Stage 2 winner, and that is none other than Mark the Boss Vega. Mark, how you doing out there tonight?
Doing good, KR. How you doing, buddy?
I'll tell you what, if I was doing any better, my name would be Mark Vega.
I got lucky. That's all I can say.
Well, the Stage 2 win goes to the one machine, but a little confusion with us up here in the booth. We thought Rick Seaburns had it, but you still had one more lap to go. Tell us about that final lap in stage number 2.
Yeah, I forgot they did at the end of 50. I thought he had it too. We were beating and banging there, that's for sure. I was being pinched to the yellow line, but, you know, thanks to Cody pushing hard, my teammate, and Rick actually racing clean, we survived the stage.
Well, the one is going to win stage 2. You come out of pit lane in 5th place. What do you think it's going to take to win this race?
Patience. I'm actually going to drop to the back. I got stage points, that's all I need. I'll wait till 20 to go and start pushing.
A little bit of strategy call there by you, Mark. And what, when you get to the back, are you going to try and work with the teammate, or are you just going to, like, Superman this and be a lone hero?
I'm going to Superman it.
All right, man. I dig it. I dig it. All right, Mark. Well, congratulations.
You know me, all or nothing.
Yeah, congratulations on the stage 2 win. Any shout-outs or thank yous?
Yeah, thanks to UKR, Dave, Cody, Alex, my teammates, setting up everything.
All right, man. Well, good luck to you for the rest of the race here tonight. And again, congratulations on the stage win.
10-4, thank you, KR.
Mark Vega out of the DEI Wannabes stable, going to be picking up stage 2 here tonight.
And see, someone likes me.
Oh, I like you. Oh, yeah, secrets. 53 of Dave Hunt, getting back out on the racetrack. Does find himself 38 laps down. Is going to get the wave around on the pace car. He's going to catch up to the tail end of the longest line. Good to see Dave Hunt make his way back out there. He does stand to gain a few positions here. Trying to do some quick math in my head. I think right now Dave Hunt is in 27th spot. He has the possibility of making it all the way up to 24th if he can complete all of the remaining laps. We'll see if Dave Hunt can make it up to 24th spot. Right now, he is in 27th, 38 laps down. David Overstreet in the 02, going to restart on the front row inside. On his outside is the 62 of Les Levy. Now Checkered Flag Motorsports locking out the front row with, again, a third Checkered Flag Motorsports driver starting in that third position. That is the 63 of Logan Helton. Logan, just a few cautions ago, found himself with his wheels pointed up to the sky. A fast repair got him back out there. And now we're getting ready to fire off stage number 3 with CFM leading the charge for this restart. The 02 of David Overstreet gets on the throttle as that green flag comes out once again. And away we go to start stage number 3.
And rookie Logan Helton having no hesitation right there on the rear bumper of that 02, pushing him well and clear of that outside lane. Now the 63 has also cleared that outside lane. Will he stay down there with Overstreet or pop out? Nope. He's going to jump to the outside, try to pull the switcheroo where they get back to the start-finish line. Mark Vega with a little bit of a bump draft on Overstreet getting into turn 3. Outside lane getting that momentum wound up. It's going to be a drag race to see who leads this first, not green flag lap, but you knew what I meant.
The first lap of the stage?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, Dave. Spit it out. Just talking racing, Dave.
Yeah, I get distracted by seeing the front of your face on the 62 of Les Levy, and then he's got Ricky Bobby himself on the back, so I'm not sure what to think about the car other than Dumb and Dumber for some reason. That keeps popping in my head as well.
I have no idea how the 62 hasn't just exploded into a big ball of flame so far.
Well, I bet you if I keep talking about him, it's bound to happen, because you know me and the broadcaster's curse. It is for real, for real.
Right now, the 02 of David Overstreet leading the charge. He has led 4 or 5 laps now out in front of the 1 of Mark Vega. Robert Dumendak in the 10 machine still holding on to leading the most laps at 11 laps. We have really spread out who has led this thing so far tonight, as we have completed 58 laps. Dumendak with the most laps led at 11, and Mark Vega in second spot in that category, leading at 10 laps. The 1 machine not done just yet. He has made his way all the way up to the second car on the inside lane. Now the 02 of Overstreet coming around to lead another one. The 63 of Helton still on the outside lane trying to work with his teammate, the 62 of Les Levy. Les taking a peek to the inside here, staying tucked in behind the 63. That outside lane not really forming up very tight. Now the 1 of Mark Vega going to make a move to the outside. Rick Seabrand's in the 4, going to take advantage of that and close the gap very quickly on the 02. And now we see some momentum on the outer lane as Mark Vega moved up just in time.
While a lot of racing action was going on up front, watching the rear of the field, Chase Berry, Aspen, Belvin, just hanging on to the draft. They're only about 2 seconds off of your race leader. Mark Vega going 3 wide now, dropping some positions. But those drivers maybe playing it a little bit safe back there towards the rear of the field. Still within striking distance if they need, but allowing themselves a little bit more time to be on the brake and be a little more decisive with evasive maneuvers. Cody Ober going to the point now with a big push from Milam. That 7 car is going to shove the 8 all the way to the lead. Ober drops to the bottom. Almost contact between the 7 of Milam and Overstreet as they beat and bang through 3 and 4. Back to the start-finish line. Cody Ober with the lead well in hand.
Cody Ober taking over the top spot. The 7 of Josh Milam wants to wrestle it away from him. Milam gonna work that high lane with Helton on his back bumper. We're checking in on the back of the field a little bit, watching what was going on from the 15 of Alex Green, as the front of this pack has been kind of chaos. We haven't had a chance to really work our way through the field here tonight. Will Weber in the 24 machine. Right now he finds himself in 10th place. 04 of Mark Mann sitting in 11th, with Sean McCarrick in the 50 machine finding himself in 12th place. The 51 of Travis Elliott is one lap down. He is battling with the 23 of Brian Mansfield to be the first car one lap down in this little race that we got going on. And Elliott does have the first car one lap down status. One other driver we haven't talked a whole lot about tonight, that is the 78 of Donald Stewart. Right now he is in 16th spot. Stewart, a rookie here with the OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series. Checkered Flag Motorsports on the side of that thing. That 78 looking very clean. And that is half the battle in an OP Super Speedway race, or just a Super Speedway race in general. Keeping your car clean, not having damage on it, being able to maintain maximum speed, utilizing the draft, all that stuff comes into play. And the 78 machine right now looking like he's in a very smart position to sit back and log some laps.
It looks like a few of our drivers are electing to just kind of hang out and log some laps. We have about six, possibly 7 cars still out there trying to utilize that high lane and make their way to the front of the field. Just as I say that, the 02 of David Overstreet back to the point, drops back just in front of Josh Milam. Milam jumped back to that outside lane. No, Logan Helton's going to shut the door as they work down the back stretch. Once again, 37 laps left to go here tonight at Daytona International Super Speedway. And I'm telling you, that's the move that we have watched all night long, just swapping those front 3-4 positions. No real big runs coming from any further than about the 6th spot on track. So I believe we're going to see that if you want to win this thing, you're going to have to put your car right up inside that top 5.
Logan Helton in the 63 has the one of Mark Vega on his back bumper. Mark Vega blinking out a little bit. Now he's wiggling big time. Now contact with the 52. He's going to go spinning like a top. And the caution flag is going to come out. Robert Duvendak driving through the grass. But the one of Mark Vega getting torn up. The 78 getting involved in this one as well. Go to our turn 3 instant replay. Watch this one from high atop the blimp. The one of Mark Vega really started blinking right in front of the 52 of Randall Cobb. Anthony English taking evasive action, making contact with the 78. Take another look at the 40 as he tried hard to miss the spinning one machine. So again, the field is drawn to a pace that is similar to what a Ford Mustang can do, which is pretty darn slow compared to the rest of these cars.
I was going to say that's barely even the speed limit on the interstate.
Dave, I bet you could get out and push that Ford Mustang faster.
I'm not pushing it very far though.
All right, drivers getting ready to come down pit road with 35 laps to go. No one can make it from here on fuel. The 63 of Logan Helton leading the charge on the pit lane. Going to log his 6th lap lead of the race. Drivers work their way into their pit stalls. Several drivers down and away, and the 63 going to win the race off of pit road. And he is going to retain the race lead. With that said, guys, we're going to step away for another break. No one go anywhere. Be right back.
Racing, you wanted the best, you got them 4 abreast, often imitated, never duplicated, the greatest show on dirt, the World of Outlaws.
Welcome back, race fans, as we are bringing this caution to a close. Logan Helton, your race leader. Cody Ober gonna restart on his outside. Will Weber in the 24 machine, and the 02 of David Overstreet and make up row number 2 for this restart. And during that caution, we were talking a little bit, Dave, about you know, something I like to do, and it is crack an adult beverage for people I like to call out. This is the Thank You KR250 I normally only do it for one, but I am showing appreciation to all these drivers as well. So I've cracked 2 beers for the drivers so far tonight. But the clean can crack here tonight is for none other than a good buddy here with me, and that is you, Dave. Thanks for joining me here tonight.
That's a little unfair to give me the clean can crack because I don't have a car out there to keep clean, but I guess that's the best way for me to keep my car clean is just not even show up.
Hey, you share the same thoughts I do. I can't keep a car clean. I wiped out the field the whole one time I got to race with these guys. All right, here we go. Pace car down and away. Logan Helton on the throttle. Green flag is out. And the 63 back under the lead status. Once again, Cody Ober in the 8 trying to wrestle the lead away from him. He has the 24, Will Weber, working with him on that outside lane. Will Weber from the Fuel Sim Racing stable. Right now, he is up there all by himself. None of the FSR drivers are nearby. Cody Ober in the 8 doesn't have any help from his teammates either. Those 2 drivers all looking for any help they can find, so they are going to work together to take the lead away from CFM drivers Logan Helton and the 02 of David Overstreet.
It looks like we'll see Helton creep outside, try to take that outside lane back to the front once again. Gonna cross the line after our final stage restart here. And put another lap led in the books, put 10 in his bag. Almost has the most laps led, and Will Weber forces his way to the bottom. He's gonna take over the lead. That's gonna cause Helton to lose a little bit of ground. Carrick in his 52. Sorry, that is actually Randall Cobb. I apologize. Coming to his aid, Cody Ober. Moving right beside him, trying to get himself clear, maybe pull the switch move here on the front stretch. Drivers make their way back around, and we will have less than 30 to go. 29 laps left here tonight. For you, KR, they're doing it all for you.
They're saying they're doing it all for me, but I am here for these guys, and they are putting on a heck of a show. Thank you, everyone in YouTube chat, for joining us here tonight. And as we are looking at 29 laps to go, now is the time to start calling out who you think is going to win this one. I myself couldn't even begin to tell you who's going to win this thing. We have had so many lead changes. We've had so much going on at the front of the field all race long that picking a winner in this thing might as well be close your eyes and throw a dart at the list of drivers. And that's as good a shot as any as you're going to get as to who is going to win this thing. But Will Weber in the 24, right now he finds himself as the race leader, but Logan Helton on his outside has been running up front all night long. And other than the one time he got upside down, he has had an outstanding race. So this 63 machine, piloted by a rookie, really putting himself as someone to pay attention to, along with the 52 of Randall Cobb. Well, that's actually the 00, custom numbers and all that good stuff. But he scored as the 52 in iRacing. Oh, I'm sorry. No. Wow. I messed that all up. The 52 is right there. And the 00. Dave,
I was gonna try to save you there, but you just kept on going there, KR.
Thanks, Dave.
Peppered all through the front of the field. You know, you're welcome and no problem. I'm here for you, buddy. I'm here for you.
Just let me be the fool. It's fine. I understand.
Well, I can't always do it. I mean, it usually comes with ease for me, but it's fun to watch you stumble sometimes.
Oh well, it's all in good fun. But the 52 of Randall Cobb is now working with Logan Helton in the 63. The 00 of Rob Connors right there as well. So we do have several rookies inside the top 10. And this is my first race with all these rookies, so new paint jobs, new paint schemes, things I'm not accustomed to just yet, so I beg forgiveness, all the fans of OP Racing.
I think we'll let you have it this time, but look at Alex Green, caught up in some stuff early in the race. Perseverance is paying off for him. Finds himself just inside of that top 10, running in the 9th position. 5th car back on that inside lane. And correct me if I'm wrong, but it looks like the front end of that 04 Mark Mann out there leading the outside lane after the little bit of a gap, just about 2 cars behind Les Levy. But is it me, or can you see the front cage?
Yeah, Mark Mann has been driving around wounded out there, but that has not stopped that 04 from trying to be competitive. And right now he is inside the top 10. He is battling door to door with the 15 of Alex Green. Mark Mann has had that wounded machine for many of our laps so far, and I believe that 04 going to be wounded the rest of this race. And Mark doing a fantastic job of, keeping that 04 up towards the front.
Okay, I thought my eyes were deceiving me just a little bit. You know how sometimes iRacing can play tricks with your eyes as well as your mind, steal your soul too, so just be careful out there. But I'm amazed at the fact that he's able to keep it so far up front, not really losing that much ground. Yes, he does have a little bit of sniff of the draft from that 62 in front of him, but able to keep good pace with the field here with a pretty damaged car. And Will Weber, the 24, still leading the race. Everybody still double file all the way through the field. 19 cars still left on the lead lap here, KR. And maybe it's just me, but I don't think we have seen the last of that yellow flag. I think we're getting a little calm spell here. I think we will see one as business begins to pick up and these laps get closer and closer, being down to the final 5.
Do want to check in on the 53 of Dave Hunt. Dave Hunt out there 38 laps down, right in the thick of this as well. He is just a few laps away from passing Rodney Cobb. Rodney Cobb, who is out of this race. And Dave Hunt, in about 4 laps, will take over the 24th spot in this race. I always do like to pick a driver who has a no-quit attitude, and that 53, even though he is 38 laps down, still out there, still trying to make some points gains despite having early adversity. It is never fun getting into a race knowing that you have no shot at winning, knowing that you're several laps down. But a driver who doesn't quit, sees it through, that's always stand up to me. Chase Berry in the 11, working with the 84 of Aspen Belvin. These drivers finding themselves deep in the field here. Right now, they are running an 18th and 19th spot. The one of Mark Vega, who went for a spin not too long ago, had to use a fast repair. He has gotten back out there. He is finding himself in 17th position. He talked about running at the back of the field after winning stage number 2, and now he has found himself at the back where he wants to be. And with laps counting down, we're getting close to 20 laps to go. That was when he said he was going to try and start working his way to the front. We're going to keep an eye on this one machine. Our stage 2 winner here tonight. Right now he's in 17th spot as we begin the final 20 laps of tonight's race.
We were watching the back of the field, or a little further back in the field. Tyler Hilton got a big push from that 52 machine, but just wasn't able to get by and clear. That 24 of Will Weber still holding strong on that inside line, but helped from Cody over. Now Rick Seabrand's dropping down from the outside lane down to the inside. Wonder if these drivers are keeping fuel mileage in the back of their heads. Nobody can make it to the end from where they sit now on fuel. See more drivers beginning to drop down to that bottom, getting close. Ooh, that was very, very close with the 50 of Sean McCarrick to get down to that inside lane just in front of David Overstreet. But green flag pit stops, KR, could be looming.
We're working 15 laps since the last time they are on pit road. 19 laps to go. Drivers starting to get single file. Everyone really trying to get single file down to the bottom in preparation for peeling off as the fuel window has opened to make it the rest of the way on fuel. So with that being said, keep in mind anything can happen here, so I have no idea when or who is going to blink first and come down pit road. But the 24 of Will Weber continuing to lead. Weber has now led for 9 laps. Cody Ober in the 8 machine, sitting in second place. Cody has had a solid night all night long. Cody would love to pick up the win here tonight. I think last season he went without a win and it really stuck deep in his back molars, so to speak. Really had a bad taste in his mouth from it. We'll see if that 8 can find a way to win this season. Cody Ober right now sitting in second spot. Les Levy in the 62. Big moment for him. He gathered it back in as he was working his way out of the tri-oval. John McCarrick in the 50, still right there. Drivers starting to close back up as the 62 had to check up. Logan in the 63, who has led for 13 laps so far tonight. That is the most laps led. Finds himself now in 7th place. Josh Milam in the 7, working that high lane all by himself. Rick Seabrand's in the 4. We do have one driver braking for pit road. That is Alex Green in the 15. He has the 1 of Mark Vega. Those two are going to hit pit stops together. The green flag pit stop starting to take off. Here we go. Now this is where it's going to get really interesting. Who can work together? Who can get on and off of pit road the fastest? Dave, it is getting busy now.
Absolutely it is, and it is getting rougher and rougher for that 7 of Josh Milam to work his way to that inside lane. Hole after hole just seems to close up right when he's trying to get down there. They have to make some aggressive moves as we got more drivers hitting pit road. Will Weber in the 24 stays out. Looks like Josh Milam also gonna stay out. Logan Helton staying out, forcing his way to the inside of Milam now. Take over that second position. But I believe Milam's going to come around, try to get in front of Will Weber as the 53. Les leaving the 62, Chase Swery. Also the 50 of Sean McCarrick, all staying out on track. David Overstreet, Aspen Belvin, all of those drivers still out there on track. They're 3 wide on the backstretch, KR.
The 53 of Dave Hunt on that outside lane. No one going to work with him. Josh Milam making a little bit of contact with the 62 of Les Levy. And now these drivers are all going to break for pit road. Logan Helton getting a little bit of contact by the 7 of Josh Milam. And the 63 going to go for a spin. We stay green, and that 63 machine gathers it back in, gets on pit road.
I believe that is going to put the nail in the coffin here tonight for that 63 machine. Going through the grass, more than likely going to end up with a penalty needing to be served. Just tough luck here. All the drivers trying to get on pit road, all grouped up. Sometimes contact happens. Unfortunately, it did for that 63, but Chase Berry and Aspen Belvin have assumed the race lead. they have yet to make their pit stops. The field closing in fast on Will Weber, making his way back onto track on the backstretch.
Will Weber with a 2-tire stop. He is going to get swallowed up by Rick Seabrands in the 4, who is working with the 10 of Robert Duvendak. The 4 and the 10. If this cycles around, that will be 1 and 2 with the 04 of Mark Mann, who has finally used his fast repair. That front end, once again, a solid looking car. Mark Mann sitting in 3rd place here as they work their way around. I say 3rd place, but Chase Berry in the 11 and Aspen Belvin in the 84 are 1st and 2nd, but they are sitting ducks as right now they do not have a line formed up. And there goes Rick Seabrands around the 84. Your race leader, the 11 of Chase Berry, no help. He is out there all by himself. He is going to get gobbled up by this train that is being led by Rick Seabrands.
And with the laps clicking off here, KR 13 to go, 12 left. Will Berry try to make a move? No, just going to stay out of everybody's way. Wasn't quite sure if he might try to throw a little bit of a block, try to slow that momentum down just so he can grab a hold of that pack a little bit easier. But back to the point, familiar face, Richard Petty himself of OP Racing, Rick Seabrands taking the lead. 12 laps left here to go from Daytona International Super Speedway. Will Duvendak make a move for the win? Will Mark Mann, Cody Ober now looking to the outside. Got help from Anthony English running in, or running up on 63 of Logan Helton going down a lap now. Tough break. See that rookie fall through the field due to a little bit of incident at the midway for our green flag pit stops.
The Logan Helton going 1 lap down right now. He is scored as leading the most laps here tonight. Rick Seabrands in the 4 machine has an opportunity to take the title, but he's got to lead every lap from here on out. The Logan Helton is the first car 1 lap down, so he's still got a shot at this thing. Got to be on the lead lap to win a race, and anyone on the lead lap has a shot at winning here at OP. But the 10 of Duvendak now going to make a move to the outside. Cody Ober in the 8 machine going to get to his back bumper. Those two going to try and take the lead away from the 4. The 04 of Mark Mann, he's gotten that car straightened out, and we are 3 wide. A lot of contact there going into the corner. Somehow everyone stays straight. I don't know how they saved that.
I don't have a clue, but look who is able to latch on and work his way almost all the way back to the front. That 84 of Aspen Belvin. Look at him right there, outside lane, in that 3rd lane right there with Robert Duvendak. Him and Chase Berry were able to make their way all the way around using that outside lane, that high lane, the 3rd lane, to make their way back to the front. Berry grabbed it, then moved up to the middle lane. That's going to allow Rick Seabrands to come back on the inside with help from Mark Mann, the 00 of Rob Connors, your highest running rookie out there as we sit with 9 laps to go. I'll call it about 8.5, actually 8 when we cross the line. These drivers heading back off into turn 3, and we are still 3 wide back there for about the 6th position. So things, KR, heating up as they usually do, flicking off the laps, waiting to determine who is our next race winner here in season number 4.
Mark Mann in the 04, second car on the inside line. On the back bumper of the 4 of Rick Seabrands, the 24 Will Weber trying to get to the back bumper of the 11 of Chase Berry. They form up as they come off at turn number 2. Will Weber still seesawing a little bit on the back bumper. These drivers are all pushing for what they have left in the tank. Don't blow your engine up yet, boys. You still got 8 laps to go as Chase Berry dives down to the inside. He's going to take the race lead away from the 4 Rick Sebrands. Now Rick going to make a move to the outside, slicing up in front of the 24 Will Weber. And Rick Sebrand's going to make a little bit of contact heading into the tri-oval there with the 11, but they keep it sorted. We stay green. Now Rick Sebrand's on the outside lane. Once again, getting very close to the 11 of Chase Berry, trying to hold him down to that inside. Off turn number 2 they go. Will Weber in the 24 pushing the 4 Rick Sebrands.
And a lot of movement back through this top, I'm going to call it the top 7 or 8. I know it's probably more than that, but a lot of movement out of a lot of these cars as we get closer and closer to the end of this thing. The pushers are going to come longer, harder. The bump draft is going to be utilized way more than what it already was. So I can imagine the rear end of these cars are going to get a little bit tail happy. And I hate being in the position that Chase Berry is. You're kind of boxed in down there, and you're at the mercy of the cars riding right on your door panels and quarter. Oh, almost contact there. Whoa.
Mark Mann in the 04, the big loser in that one. And again, the contact is happening. Now the 00 going to go around. Anthony English in the 40 and the 00 of Rob Connors make contact, but somehow they stay straight and we stay green. Meanwhile, at the front, the 4 Rick Sebrand's trying to make his car as wide as possible. Will Weber in the 24 on the outside lane. He's got to run for the race lead here. Now it's down to a 6-car race with 5 laps to go. Mark Mann in the 04, he has fallen 1.3 seconds behind Robert Duvendak in the 10 machine. Duvendak losing a little bit of ground here. Rick Sebrand's, Chase Berry, the 4 and the 11. 2 cars on the inside line trying to work together to have more momentum than 3 cars in the outside line. Now the 10 of Duvendak going to join that high side. And again, they're going to cross the line with 4 laps to go. Will Weber at the line that time.
4 laps left to go here in race number 2 for season 4. And Rick Sebrand's, the wily veteran, trying to get his car back up to the front. There you see James Mayer in the 95. Haven't spoke about him too much here tonight. He finds himself running inside the top 5, and look at that 84 of Aspen Belvin trying to make his way around the 24 of Will Weber to lead a lap here tonight. Will he be able to do it when it matters, when it all counts? Good run off of 4, good push from Mayer. Will Aspen Belvin finally get that lap? Yes, he does. 3 laps left to go here tonight.
Aspen Belvin, our inaugural season champion. That 84 machine leading the charge in the outside lane with the 95 of James Mayer locked to his back bumper. With 3 laps to go, it is about time to just start pushing for all you are worth and hope that your engine can survive the onslaught that is the final few laps of a super speedway race.
Absolutely. At this point in time in the race, you are hammered down. Forget about the dash. Forget about the lights going off in front of your face. You've just got to focus on one thing and one thing alone, and that is crossing the line first. Just 2 laps left to go for these super speedway drivers out there, and they have put on a show tonight. And the end is fixing. That's right, fixing to get a little bit better.
Aspen Belvin down the backstretch, edging out in front of the 24 Will Weber. Rick Sebrand's shoving hard on Weber. That 24 now as they enter turns 3 and 4, gonna shoot out in front of Aspen Belvin, and this will be the white flag in the air. We are gonna finish this thing on lap 100. Will Weber takes the white flag. Final time, 1 to go, presented by Les Levy. Oh, and the 84 is going to go around. And now we race to the flag. Will Weber in the 24 has the race lead. The 10 of Robert Duvendeck trying to make something happen on the high side. Now Will Weber and Duvendeck are going to make contact. They're going to go for a spin. Chase Berry in the 11 machine out front. Here comes the 04 of Mark Mann working with the 4 of Rick Sebrands. How is this going to play out? The final lap has 2 separate incidents. Now Rick Sebrands slicing to the high side. Here comes Cody Ober in the 8. He's going to dive down to the apron. He can't make it stick. Rick Sebrands wiggling off at turn number 4. And it is going to be Rick Sebrands at the line for a wild final lap here at Daytona.
Wow. Wow. I've said it before up here in the booth watching these guys, but I don't think we've ever seen a last lap like that here on OP Racing KR. That was crazy, chaotic, and exciting all at one time.
What a finish to the Thank You KR 250. Rick Sebrands wins it in a wild final lap. Mark Mann gonna bring it home in second, Chase Berry third, Cody Ober fourth, and Les Levy will finish in 5th place as the 4 shuts it down at the start-finish line. He is gonna be your race winner. Oh my, what a wild race that was. Oh, Dave. I gotta catch my breath before we get ready for this post-race show.
That was a crazy last lap. A lot of things to be said, a lot of things to talk about. Rick Sebrands burning it down after bringing home the win for a wild finish. And man, KR, I can't wait to hear what some of these drivers have to say in their post-race interviews.
All right, guys, no one go anywhere. We're going to set up our post-race show. We'll be back to hear from our top 3 drivers. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Turn 3 Racing Network as OP Racing Super Speedway Cup Series race number 2. Victory going to Rick Sebrands in the 4 machine. Rick, what a wild final lap that was. Walk us through that final lap here to kick it off.
Well, first things first, I got to apologize to Aspen and Jim up there in that high line. Going through the trial with there, they were pinching really hard, which is to be expected there, and the car just got real tight there. And I came up off the line a little bit, and I think I made just a little bit of contact there with Aspen, and ruined their night for them. So major apologies to those guys. They deserved a lot better. But yeah, I don't know. After that happened, we gathered it back up. We started going down that backstretch there, and then there was another wreck that we missed, and had to go down onto the runoff area, and it came back up. And Chase had a pretty good lead, and Mark Mann was in my mirror, and then he just locked onto my bumper, and we just pushed there. Chase threw some good blocks there to try and slow down our momentum, but we got by him up high there, and then we had to really watch that 8 car coming. Man, he had a full head of steam there, man. If we gave him any kind of a gap, he was going to shoot it there. That was a pretty intense last 10 laps. Incredible finish.
Well, 100 laps in the books here at Daytona. You pick up your first win of the season. The Ford machine, a tough competitor anytime you show up on a Monday night. But watching you as you try to chase this car through turns 1 and 2 after making contact with the 84, how were you able to save that?
The cars are just so unstable out there, and you probably seen it on the telecast. It just seemed like whenever we got a little bit light on a fuel load there, going through the tri-oval and the transitions on enter and exit, the cars just kind of get light and they just dance around a little bit. But everybody's car was doing it, and you kind of got used to it as he was going. But we got spun out a lot. We got spun out early in that first wreck and didn't hit anything. So yeah, that was we didn't get no stage points that time. But yeah, all around great night for this Alliance Motorsports Yeti Camaro, man. Great night.
All right, man. Well, congratulations on your race win. Any shout outs or thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, again, apologies to Aspen, Contact there, and James. Both of them two deserved a better night. Thanks to my teammate Mark Mann. Gave me a tremendous push there coming to the line. And my other teammates, Anthony and Robert. Great racing out there with them guys.
All right, that is your race winner here in the Thank You KR250. Rick Seabrands, again, congratulations on getting that done, man.
Thank you, guys.
Now, Dave, I believe you have caught up with our second place driver, and that is none other than the 04 of Mark Mann.
Absolutely, I have, and a great pleasure to talk to my main man, Mark Mann. He's not out there riding a Batmobile, but another legendary car. Dirty Harry moving to the front of the pack here tonight, walking away with second. Great job. Tell us a little bit about your night, Mark.
Yeah, all right. That was a great finish. Congratulations to Rick Seabrands and Chase to getting on the podium as well. My night was pretty much up and down, and then when it went down, it stayed down for a long time. And I also apologize to Tristan and Dan Harrington and whoever else I crashed. I was actually peeking out watching the national championship on that cool down lap, and I hit the wall. And that was just stupid on my part, and apologize to everybody for that. But we got back up there, and at the end, it got a little bit chaotic. Everything got light. It felt like we were driving on clouds, as Robert Duvendak likes to say. He coined that nicely, when these cars are loose. And at the end there, when we all got collected and Rick was on the apron, I did not have a run, and I knew that the only chance our team had of passing Chase was to burp it, let Rick in line and just try to push as much as I could. That was basically it. If we ran door to door at the end, Chase would have had us there.
Well, myself and KR both noticed there towards the middle of the final stage there, you were missing a little bit of your front end. How hard was it for you to listen to your crew chief and not pull that fast repair out of the pocket any earlier than what you did?
I tell you, that one quick that's precious towards the end. And yeah, I felt like I was keeping up on that one green flag run that we had. So once we pitted under another caution, I just kind of made that decision. It was a coin flip: stay out and try to stay up with the pack, or use that quick and probably lose it. So it was the right call tonight. It's not the right call every night, but I was just surprised I was staying in the pack. You had to stay in the line with momentum, otherwise it was pretty much over.
All right. Well, one last quick question here for you. What's your thoughts heading into next week's race, the old surface, the bumpy surface? What do you think it's going to be out there early in the race next week?
Well, I'll tell you, I don't think any of us have run '07 in a while, at least collectively as a group. So, I don't know. These cars are a lot different than they were last season. So, I don't know. I love '07, and it's usually hot. It's usually slick. It's the one place where you get loose going in corner entry. You can it kind of kicks out on you, no matter what the setup is. So I don't know. I think we just need to get through that first stage and everybody settle in, and you know all these drivers we're all capable here of having good long green flag runs. So I think you'll see a good race next week. Absolutely.
All right, man. Well, once again, congratulations with a great finish to tonight's race. Walking away with second place. Before we let you go, though, Mark, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous to anybody out there watching?
Yeah, first and foremost, want to thank all the fans and friends at home watching the race, and our biggest fan, Mara. Thanks again for watching and supporting Alliance Motorsports in Turn 3 and OP. And I want to thank KR, the 250 named after him, and he's great. And this league wouldn't be the same without him. And you as well, Dave, have been awesome. And Jake's been great as well. And I want to thank OP for all that they do, Alex and the boys, and Cody. And absolutely Alliance Motorsports. Not last but not least, Rick, Jim, Robert, and Anthony. I wouldn't really want to race in this league without those guys. They're absolutely become my friends and great drivers. I mean, all of them. I always feel lucky to even finish in front of any of them. And congratulations to Rick on the win tonight. Well deserved.
All right. Well, we're going to pull something out of our hats here at Turn 3 Racing Network. And since this is the Thank You KR 250, we're going to go ahead and let our second place finisher, Mark Mann, throw it back on up to KR.
And thanks to OP and everybody, and back to you, KR.
Well, thank you very much there, Mark. And I have caught up with our third place finisher. That is the 11 of Chase Berry. And Chase, you had an outstanding run all night long. You bring it home in third, and somehow you survived a wild last lap. Tell us about that final lap here tonight.
Oh man. It was good. I was trying to find which lane was going, and then I looked up, saw Aspen up front, and then Weber on the bottom leading them. It's like, okay, well, I'm pretty good up high, so I'm gonna stick with the high line. And they wrecked. Like, I got excited. It's like, all right, cool, I missed it. Like, all right, cool, I'm in a good spot. There's three guys in front of me, got to the fourth. Then all right, cool, and they got together, and I was like, man, I've got it. Like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm thinking I got this. And then I shouldn't have done this, but I did. I looked down into my relative, going in the third and three, and I looked, and there was a 4 and the 04 hooked together. I was like, oh god. So I threw a block, hope for the best, and then whatever. And then at the end, they beat me to the line. I mean, it is what it is. But I mean, good for them. Oh, this one hurts.
Well, bringing it home in third in race number 2. Nothing to be too disappointed about, but let's be honest, Chase. The race title here tonight, the Thank You KR 250. Did you really want to win that one?
I want to win all of them.
Well, that aside, do you really want to have your name associated with mine?
Well, I'm actually more disappointed not finishing second, so I would have to get to talk to David instead of KR.
Well, there you go. I'll tell you what,
David.
Well, Chase, you get your wish. You can talk to David. David, Chase, have at it, because I'm in charge here, and I just give it to you guys.
Oh, easy there, KR. We all love you, and you know it. Chase, I guess I am going to talk to you. So, walking away with the third here tonight, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous, anything like that?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to KR. KR, I mess with him all the time, but he's good at what he does, and thank you for doing your thing and keeping it alive and all that good stuff. And not really good with compliments, so take it how you wish. But good job, keep it up. Thank Bearing, KB's All Around Shop, and Brownlee Designs for hooking me up with this badass car.
All right, Chase. Well, man, thank you very much for that, and I appreciate being a part of this OP Racing League. And Chase, again, congratulations on third place, man. Nice job out there tonight.
Hey, thank you. Like I said, this one's gonna hurt for a while.
That was Chase Berry finishing third in the 11 machine. Dave, well, it's all said and done. Race number 2 is in the books. And I don't know about you, but I thought this was an excellent race, as always, by OP Racing. We saw a wild finish. Several incidences on the last lap. Everyone trying to work their way to the front and be the one to win the race. But it all came down to the last lap. Rick Seabrands in the Ford pulled it off. Dave, tell me a little bit about what you thought here tonight.
Absolutely another barn burner, another crazy one for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network for the OP Racing Super Speedway Series. And we talked about twos earlier in the race. On the last lap, that two reared its ugly head again. Two separate incidences split up the front of the field, but the wily veteran Rick Seabrands found a way to check that win column. He's going to find himself in the chase, sitting pretty. Now he can chase after them stage points to try to build an even further result, or cushion, I should say, when things get set to go into the chase. So, I mean, I wasn't surprised, but I was shocked at times, if that makes any sense.
That it does. And you know what? Nothing left but the results here tonight. Our race winner, Rick Seabrands in the 4, Mark Mann in the 04, finishing in second. Third place going to be the 11 of Chase Swery Berry. We got to hear from all 3 drivers. Cody Ober finishing in a 4th place tonight. And rounding out your top 5, sporting my ugly mug, was the 62 of Les Levy.
Walking away with 6 tonight, the 52, the rookie of Randall Cobb. He was your highest finishing rookie. 7th place, the 1 of Mark Vega. The 02 of David Overstreet walks away with 8th. 9th position to the 40 of Anthony English. And rounding out your top 10, the 50 of Sean McCarrick.
In 11th place, Donald Stewart. 12th going Aspen Belvin. 13th, James Mayer. 14th, Robert Duvendak. And 15th spot, the 24 machine of Will Weber.
Walking out in 16th, the 00 of Rob Connors, another rookie in the field here tonight. 17th spot, 1 lap down. That fast rookie, Logan the Kid. I'm remembering the nickname from last week, Logan the Kid Helton, finishing in 17th. 18th, the 15 of Alex Green. 19th, the 51 of Travis Elliott. And in 20th, the 26 of Hunter Reynolds.
21st going to our stage 1 winner, that is Josh Milam. 22nd, the 77 of David Booth. Brian Mansfield finishing in 23rd. 24th going to David Hunt, with Rodney Cobb finishing 25th. 26th going to Dan Harrington. Christian Walker finishing in 27th. And a special thank you and shout out to Cody Eldred, our race admin here tonight. We appreciate you being out here tonight there, Cody. Guys, that is going to wrap it up for us here at Turn 3 Racing Network. Make sure you join us next week as we tackle the bumpy Daytona 2007. I do want to thank everyone who makes this happen. That includes Dave. We would be remiss if we did not include Jacob Sayers and Randy Post, who also has been up in the booth with me. A very special night for me, and trying not to be too sentimental. I had fun here tonight. Hope you all did as well. And Dave, I'm going to let you sign us out.
Well, I'm not sure if we have a video prepared like we normally do, but once again, thank you all for joining in each and every week here to Turn 3 Racing Network for the OPs Racing Super Speedway Series. KR, thank you for bringing me up in here. It's been a absolute pleasure since the first day I stepped up here in the booth to watch these guys with you. And with all that being said, we'll see you again next week. 07 Daytona.
Warning, the following stunts are performed by idiots or under the supervision of stupider idiots. If you attempt to reenact any of these idiotic stunts you will see, you will be left with idiotic scars. Enjoy.
Hi, I'm Alex Green. Welcome to OP Racing.